We've been watching different interviews of Gypsy Rose and we're seeing inconsistencies in her stories.
I didn't get an erection, but we just called it, okay, I lost my virginity to him.
Did you have sexual relations with him at the movie?
Yes, sir.
I'm always going to love her unconditionally.
And we want to highlight that and show all the contradictions that she's saying.
Exactly. Now, the first contradiction that Gypsy makes is a Cinderella story. Did the glass slipper fit Gypsy? Did it or did it not? Let's find out together.
We had sex.
So you have sex in the handicapped stall in the men's bathroom at the Cinderella movie.
I don't buy this whole Cinderella story with Gypsy Rose and Nick. I don't buy it. The story just keeps changing. It doesn't make sense.
It does. It completely changes. I want to know which one is the truth. First off, Gypsy says that Nick was flaccid and he couldn't maintain an erection. The second one, they went for gold. Which one is it, Gypsy? Did you have sex? Was Nick able to get an erection? Or was he not?
The story actually doesn't add up if you really listen to it, because right from the get-go, she's saying she bought him clothes with some non-existent money.
I had bought him some nice clothes to wear and sent it to him.
She keeps stealing this money. I don't know where she's getting the money
she steals
from.
$800, then she steals $1,000, and
Her
then
mum doesn't
$5,000.
notice. Her mum never notices the money missing.
The strict mother who watches Gypsy like a hawk does not notice all this money getting taken.
I paid for his transportation, his lodging to get there.
Yeah.
$800, $1,000, $5,000 is a lot of money for a mother who watches Gypsy like a hawk not to notice.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yep.
So she's bought him clothes and sent it at the post office. Apparently, her mother let her go to the post office by herself. Again, that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Considering she monitors her like a hawk. Now suddenly she can go to the post office and mail these clothes.
Without her mother knowing. You know, her mother watched her so much, guys. Like, not out of her sight.
Yeah.
Didn't let her out of her sight.
That's her big thing. Her mother's always there, always in her sight.
Always holding her hand.
Suddenly,
always
how
holding
is
her
she
hand.
able to get these moments in time where she can sneak off and do these things?
I know.
And it doesn't make sense. So she's mailed these clothes to Nick. She mailed him money so he could get the bus to meet them at the cinema. I think she bought his ticket too at the cinema.
At the movie theater, and I was like, this is a perfect time for us to meet.
Now they're in the cinema. Apparently they've pretended like they've bumped into each other. Now, why would a mother allow her daughter to take pictures with a guy at the cinema?
That didn't make sense.
A strange guy at the cinema. I don't think she would have just let him take a picture. They have a picture at the Cinderella movie. How'd she get this picture? Why would the mother allow her to have a picture with him? Apparently they're having a good time and they both are able to sneak off at the same time without the mother knowing.
That is weird. That's a weird story.
I wheeled myself to the bathroom and he followed while my mother was still in the auditorium.
Nick was going to get popcorn
Yeah.
and she was going to go to the toilet. That is the first flaw, guys.
Why
because
would
a
she?
mother would never, ever allow her disabled daughter to go to the toilet on her own. Because how can she?
Exactly.
How can she go to the toilet on her own? You can't.
Her whole facade is Gypsy Rose can't walk.
Yes.
Now, being someone who actually cared for someone like my grandmother,
Yeah, our grandmother.
she could walk, but she at the end of her day she couldn't actually stand and walk properly. Like her legs worked, but she didn't have the muscle strength to hold her weight up. So she had to have a wheelchair, and I was her caregiver. So I would actually have to take her to the bathroom and help her, because that's what you do when someone can't lift themselves up to sit on the toilet, because you have to lift yourself up. So the mother would have known this. She would have wanted to keep up the facade of having a
100%.
crippled daughter.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have let her crippled daughter who can't stand go to the toilet by herself.
It just looks
so
weird.
why would she have let her go off to the bathroom by herself?
A mother would never
Doesn't
allow that.
make
This type of
sense.
mother who likes to keep up appearances, like she really likes to keep up appearances, wouldn't allow her daughter to
Everyone
wheel
says-
herself off to a disabled toilet and go to the toilet herself. Because
Absolutely.
how can she lift herself up?
Absolutely.
If this story was true, how does Gypsy lift herself up and place herself on the toilet?
Exactly.
How? A mother wouldn't allow that.
No.
No way, no how.
And all the interviews you see, they all say her mother was by her side constantly.
Yeah.
Anytime Gypsy and I were together, her mom was always present.
She was always holding her hand. Always holding her hand, always hugging her. Always there, always in contact with her.
Yeah. She wouldn't allow
would
Gypsy
never
to
have
speak.
been
She
out
wouldn't
of her
allow
sight.
Gypsy to speak in case Gypsy said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So that's why she held her
So why
hand.
would a strange guy she would just let go off by herself? Why? That makes no sense.
No sense at all.
Yeah.
She just wheeled herself off, and Nick just went off and got some popcorn. You
Yeah.
know? And apparently Gypsy said that the mother did not like Nick at all. Now, Nick has said in his interrogational statement that the mother liked him.
And was her mom nice to you? Or
Yeah, she was really nice to me. And then
Yeah.
The mother was lovely towards him. So those two statements don't add up either.
No, they don't add up.
Yeah, but then in the middle of it, they go to the toilet, they go to the disabled toilet, and first off, she says they went for gold.
Yeah.
They had sex. She lost her virginity. You know what I mean?
And Nick says this too.
Same thing. Nick says this
Nick
the
says
whole
this
way
as
through.
well.
Nick does not change his story. Then Gypsy along the line says that he couldn't get a hard on. You know, he was flaccid.
Apparently it never
he
happened.
couldn't get it up. These are two different extreme stories.
Couldn't get an erection. But we just called it, okay, I lost my virginity to him.
One, he can't get it up. Second of all, they're going for gold. She loses her virginity to Nick. Doesn't make sense, guys. It doesn't make sense.
Did you have sexual relations with him at the movie?
Yes, sir.
We're going to get to the second one now, guys. The second error in Gypsy's words.
And sometimes it's a bit crazy love.